Alright, what's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be showcasing a 5-month durability test between Polymer Net Shield from SONAX and Turtle Wax Ice Paste Wax. Now, I've already done video reviews on both of these products. If you guys haven't seen those videos, definitely go ahead and check in the description. I'll have a link to each of those videos down in there. And for this test, what I did is I split this door in half. I have the SONAX Polymer Net Shield on the left side, and on the right side I have the Ice Paste Wax. And my prep for the door here was Meguiar's Ultimate Compound on a orange polishing pad, and then I followed that up with Meguiar's M205 finishing polish on a gray pad. And then finally I finished that up with an isopropyl alcohol wipe down prior to applying SONAX Polymer Net Shield and Ice Paste Wax. So it's got a very clean surface for the two products to bond to the clear coat. And over that 5-month period, this test section was washed about 6 times. And right now it has not been washed in about a 2.5-month period. So it's still got a whole bunch of contamination built up on the paint right now. And I also was not using any sort of detailing sprays or spray waxes or spray sealants in my wash routine. So what we're seeing here is the actual performance of just these two products by themselves. So it really looks like the upper half of the panel, even when it's still dirty like this, it's definitely still behaving very strongly with water. You can see that the lower panels, which generates a lot more contamination, it really reduces that surface tension. So the water goes much flatter when you spray it across the whole panel like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the soap out. We're going to remove all the contamination and then check to see how each product is held up after 5 months. Alright, and as usual, I've been working with the Meguiar's Deep Crystal Car Wash soap with no extra conditioners or any wax mixed in with the soap itself. And right away, I mean, I can really see how well the top layer of the panel, how the SONAX Polymer Net Shield is held up. But even with the Turtle Wax side over here, you can see that although it's not beading as aggressively as the SONAX is, you can really tell that there's definitely still a layer of product on the surface. And I wanted to pair these two products up against each other because they're really at the top end of the spectrum when it comes to water behavior. You got the Ice Paste Wax in the consumer spectrum, and you've got the SONAX Polymer Net Shield in the professional or the enthusiast market. And so in their individual markets, they both really stand out as products that excel in the area of water behavior. Now on this panel, I have applied Ice Paste Wax probably 10 months ago. So this is basically my control section. I wanted to see the difference here between the more fresh Ice Paste Wax side compared to the much older Paste Wax side. And I can see that difference right away. So I can make the distinction that due to the way that the water is being repelled at a faster rate, that this Ice Paste Wax side has still survived. You know, the beading is going to be reduced, but you can certainly tell that the sheeting is still fast enough for you to be able to tell that it's certainly still on the paint. The SONAX Polymer Net Shield side, this upper half is beading at an incredible rate still, so it's very strong. Here we have the Ice Paste Wax side. The beading's been reduced. You can see it's still a decent sheet rate. And on a much older Ice Paste Wax side, you've got reduced beading and a slower sheeting rate. So this is one way to gauge durability from. You've got a lot of other products that are out on the market that really are not aggressive water beaters, but still advertise a lot of protection out of the individual product itself. And the big question is going to be whether or not something's still protecting the paint at a significant level, even though we've seen a drastic change in the water behavior from the first time that we apply it to the paint towards the end of the durability test. And you can see here Polymer Net Shield really has been affected at the lower half of the panel here. It's definitely sheeting at a rate to where I can tell that it's still survived on the paint, but you know, how well is it still protecting the paint at that level? So water behavior can definitely give us some information. It's not going to answer all those questions though. But my conclusions from this test is there's a lot of evidence that Polymer Net Shield and Ice Paste Wax have definitely held up after 5 months. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.